They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So then you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, save facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man, busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit. Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I'll pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill folk.
We talking about practice, not a game, not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? When we talking about practice.
Back row.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere other than one that is not me. It's beef, we strut a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'ma go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They ring got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe. Connected from Cali to New York, nigga, so let it go. Made for this, nigga, I eat bars and drink flows. Thinking you woke into your third eye peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy, it's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early, this bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game, these niggas lame, they bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same, you want the easy pass, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire, you can't stand the rain, take an aim. Tell him runner, he can try his best. Drive a car named after me, that's why I'm in the vet. Laugh at these niggas once again, and I ain't break a sweat. Number 1 at everything I do, that's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this, janitor with the mop stick. You gon' need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10 for 10 I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick, I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7" is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk. I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl? I'm talking about another gun. We here now? Hey, look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas. We burn the crib now. I'm ahead now, and I hope they can hear now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga. I don't fear clown. Silences make it sound like raindrop. That's a quiet storm. Get the job done in the view and get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walking this bitch ready for war. I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex. That's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga. I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They turn their head over, nigga.
I read what Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert, another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, it's an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening, is it effective? If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jacob. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him, this shit light. It ain't about who got this gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain frame. Shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you won't never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow sign, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my bread, still I think that's all that The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Let's see if you could wait till whatever you're doing finish if you want to. We already on? No, sir. Wednesday scripture breakdown, all right? And this Wednesday, for sure, we're going to lose followers, we're going to lose friends, we're going to lose family, because nobody going to like the fact that I'm going to be calling them a drug addict all night long. You think you just indulging, you think you just, doing what everybody does, when really you're just a drug addict. You're just a drug addict, and you have less strength than you actually think you do. You know what I mean? You're a horrible drug addict, and you would not, it's the reason you can't say no to most things. The reason you can't say no to most things because that drugs don't take away your ability to fight, right? That damn weed you're into, which is what everybody starts with, right? And weed or with cigarettes, that's what everybody starts with. All right. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'll pass. You see right here? See, Christ turned this into wine. Once this turned, I ain't want to say perfect. Once it turned grape, some power up here. I can't see if that turned grape. Yeah, it's already brown. So I'm gonna pass. Too hard. You don't get down though. You don't get down too much. All right. Okay. We're definitely gonna go into the 420 and reveal to you yourself, because you think you functioning normally when you're not. You know what I mean? You're absolutely not. I think tomorrow is the 420, where everybody gonna be celebrating being a damn weed head. You know what I mean? Being an absolute weed head. So there was a pen on top here. Was it that? Do they write? These two right here. Yeah. Anyone. All right. So, any questions? If not, we're gonna go into it straight away. Go ahead.
Just a quick.
Most
a quick break down again on one.
Somebody should monitor that TikTok too for questions, all right?
I got it.
No sweat.
Just a quick breakdown again on the One West in the scriptures. Just in general breakdown. Like I don't have any scriptures for it. I was just asking in general. One West in the scriptures.
You mean like UPK in the Bible?
Nah, the One West part. Like the
One
UPK,
West.
I know the small sanctuary.
So like I like this cord around this thing is hot. This cord should not be Yeah, that's fine right there. So what? Yeah, go ahead.
I know that for the UPK, the scriptures, you got like the little sanctuary and a few of those. That I was referring to the just the One West in general. I know praying, but just somebody would ask, why do y'all say One West?
Because that's the address of the school. Like why does Christ refer to Jerusalem?
Okay.
Why does the scriptures talk about Mount Zion? It's why does King Vaughn sing about 63rd? It's just it's referencing something. It's like it's like saying people from who live in Virginia. What do you always say? Over the bridge or VA? You say over the bridge, right? VA. Okay. I want something a little bit more. Okay, it's almost like a term of endearment because of the address of the school. That's where 1 West comes from, right? That's the address of the school, 1 West 125th Street, because there's also East 125th Street. You get the point? Go ahead.
Oh, okay, like I guess it's in Woodbridge, they call it Hoodbridge. Oh.
Yeah, okay, it's kind of like that, but but this here there's no variation on it. That's the address, so it's not 1 West is not. You thought it was like some referring with the scriptures.
I know the praying was to the east, but I was just trying to see if it was if I had to bring out scripture behind it, like even what you're saying right now as far as that endearment. If I wanted to give precept that I could use Christ used in Jerusalem, I could use those.
Okay, I wouldn't even get into this. Is somebody asking for a breakdown or somebody finding out why we say 1 West?
No, this is my question. Like in general, if I had to give out, nobody's ever asked me that question. Why do I say 1 West? Nobody's ever asked me that.
Okay.
But just in general, if somebody would ask me that, my answer shouldn't be more so precept. It should be more so.
It's the address of the school. That's why it's the address. It's like trying to think of an address where people don't even say the whole.
Madison Square Garden. But that's
No.
the actual place.
But if somebody say, "Hey, where you at tonight?" I will be in the Morgan. Where is that? That's Adams Morgan. That's like DC slang for Adams Morgan. Right. Nobody ain't gonna say 53 18th Street Northwest. They'll just say Morgan. I'm hanging in Morgan. Go ahead.
Just like you was teaching me the big chair.
Big chair. You know what I mean? Big chair is so iconic. It's just that's the address of the school. 1 West 125th Street. And the 1 West, just because of the prestige of the school, power of the school, just the whole thing, even the 125th Street, Harlem, it's like every one part of it is just iconic because of who we are. It's not, I wouldn't make it too much more than that. You get the point?
That was
No, sir. Anybody else? Anything online? Go ahead.
Yeah, there's a question online from Yaquatazar. It says, "Select, sir, can I get a breakdown on Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 10,
Proverbs 31 and 10.
Kind.
Let's get it, please. Somebody grab it, huh?
What was it?
Proverbs 31
Proverbs 31
and 10.
Got the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
What that mean? What's his name? Yaquatazar? What that mean, Yaquatazar, is you should go do Uber and Lyft and DoorDash and bet and roll dice and sell everything you have because you can't pay for a good woman. That's what that means. Like a good woman, her price is just like you can't put a value to her worth. You get the point. You can't put a value. Just think. Don't think getting a woman today where you just slide in the DMs or you pull up on her on the bar. Think you had to go to her father and negotiate a dowry. For a virtuous woman, that price is far above rubies, meaning these is precious stones the father gonna ask you for. You understand what I'm saying? Just think in that. That's why it's relative to her price is far above rubies. You get the point? Because our culture is how much you want, sir? Salak, sir. Because it's just too fucking steep. Yeah, I mean, you're trying to bring that thing down. You're trying to, get the point? But really, no matter what price it is, a virtuous woman, you're gonna this is the spirit behind it. A virtuous woman, no matter what price that dowry is, you're gonna realize you get a bargain. You're gonna realize you get her for the low. Versus what? What's the flip side?
You pay nothing for.
Nope. That's not the flip side. That's how it is today. Go ahead. you pay for her, and she's such a good sister to you. It's like, damn, I know it costs this, but shit, I might owe this father some more money because he, you know. But what's the flip side? Come on.
If you pay the dowry and then she's not that, you feel like
you feel like you
pay too much.
Oh. So what you want me to do? Shit. This is what you want me to do, you know what I mean? You looking at her every goddamn time. She tilts her head, roll her eyes, do the old turkey neck thing when they this, that, and you just seeing all them zeros leaving your bank account. And you're like, this fucking bitch. Yeah, boy. Can't believe I paid so much for this motherfucker. You're trying to see if you can recoup your money. You're trying to do something because you done paid too much. But a good sister, her price, you got a bargain. Whatever you pay for her, it's just, you know, the Lord was with you, and the brother gave you a deal, a good deal on his daughter because she's virtuous. She have a ton of skill. You can't pay for half the shit she do. And then they start running down everything she could do that makes her virtuous, right? Any more on it?
Oh, cut. Last, sir. That was it on that scripture.
No, so you could keep going a little bit just so the brother understand.
Come. Verse 11. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her.
Right? The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her. What does that mean? This is one of her many virtues. So it's saying a virtuous woman, her price is far above rubies. Rubies is extremely rare and extremely expensive. When you look at rubies, they're very, like real rubies are very, very rare, very expensive. So that's her virtues. Then they start listing her virtues. So read it again.
Come. Verse 11. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her.
The heart of her husband does safely trust in her. What does that mean? Go ahead.
That means he ain't got to worry about all them other Jakes is trying to slide in the DMs. She's blocking everything.
So Jakes alone be trying to slide in black women's DMs? You ain't see all them white boys playing NFL with them sisters on their hands? Shit, forget Jake. Sisters is trying to slide in your rib DM. You know what I mean? Okay, it's that too. That's the immediate thing most brothers think about. But there's more shit, right? Y'all saw what happened with that football player, what y'all call soccer, of course, because y'all, you know. But the rest of the world calls it football because you use your foot and a ball, right? And he makes so much goddamn money. He's young as shit too. He's like 24, early 20s. He done married some old dragon arc, right? Some old dragon. But of course, football pays a lot of money internationally. A ton of, ridiculous money. There's no sport in America that pays you. The top sport in America that the highest salary is an average player internationally. So this dude, he went to the World Cup, made a ton of money. He's from Morocco, which means the oil ties. He's in his prime. His salary is probably 500,000 euros a week. Do the math. Bitch decides she's going to try to divorce him, right? Did she try to divorce him because she has another man? Anybody?
Well, they didn't say this, that according to the so-called story of the public, no.
No. Why she try to divorce him?
Okay, at first we didn't know, but as far as the story was saying, he got a rape case and he has rape case and some other stuff.
That's the next thing. A ton of them footballers be having rape cases because they attend them parties. You get the point? But they're targets because the amount of money they make, they're just targets. So he had this rape case. I believe it got dismissed. I ain't too sure. But she tried to divorce him and try to go for the usual 50-50 split. And of course, he, being a heathen, following what Jake does, right? This is what, with that story, everybody talking about he's so smart and he's man of the year. Iverson did that shit years ago. When they came for a ton of Iverson's money, he had a lot of his stuff in his friend's name. He had a few homies who he moved around with from Norfolk. I think it's Norfolk he's from, right? I think it's Norfolk or Virginia Beach, somewhere. But I think it's that whole area, to be honest. And that friend who died, who he say practice is practice, that's that friend from way back then. And he have other homies who he always keep close. And a lot of his money, he started sliding over. So when it came time to break bread, gotcha, bitch. There was none. You get the point? 50 cents, same way. He was paying his son's mother a ton of money a month. I think it was something like 18,000 a month or 12,000 a month. The Forbes come up with all the money he was making on tour. His baby mother's friends tell her, bitch, you could get some more if you take him to court. Goes to court, and of course the judge says that you've been paying too much and reduces the thing to way less than what he was paying her freely. You get the point? Because the evil that she could do you is not just adultery. You understand? The evil that she could do you is she could make your life a living hell without adultery. And she could swear she love you. You get the point? But this, a good woman, a virtuous woman whose price is far above rubies, your heart could safely trust in her. Meaning you don't ever have to wonder. She'll never put you in a position where you have to wonder. And that is, a peace of mind for any man. Any man could tell you, yeah, I'll pay for that. Because you get so many examples of it, right? Go ahead. Shapat, do me a favor. You could hit this here twice for me.
And then you get to see it talking to your family or brothers or guys that do your world. A lot of my cousins talk to me, ask me for advice, and I got one cousin scared that his girl gonna put him on, his baby brother gonna put him on child support, and
it's rough.
And ask questions of how to deal with women, and I just sit back and like, see, I don't, due to I.S.U.P.K, the bar of YAHANNA.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about this with my woman at all. Like the child support, the money issue. I never had an argument.
We have arguments in here, but not over that shit. That shit is not even what child support. You didn't tell me you want to commit suicide. What the fuck we talking about? You suicidal now? That's never our issue. You get the point? You in the world right now. You gambling. You're making a big gamble, brother, between the STDs and the spiritual lust that's going on. When I say spiritual lust, meaning the atmosphere right now in the world is so lust-filled. I'm not just talking about sex. I'm talking about just lusting after everything and anything and not ever wanting to go through the process or something. You get the point? There's a process for everything. There's a process to cook food. You got to cut up them ingredients. You got to wash it. You got to season the chicken. You got to boil the rice. You got to do something. Most times, most people who cook a lot, by the time the food done, you ain't even hungry no more. You get the point? But there's a process. But everybody just rather go to the drive-thru. I'm just giving an example. I'm not knocking anybody who has to pick up something. But I'm saying that's the life we live in today, where it's not, there's nobody who actually wants to go through the process because the process is longer. It's harder. It's just take the shorter route, more efficient route. But that's not really, it's not conducive for life. It's just not the best way, right? With some situations. Right. So to answer the question, your quarters are, right? Just continue reading in Proverbs 31 and you'll see all her virtues. Virtues means skill or certain characteristics that she have or her character that she possesses. Really, skill is what you want to look for, but not just skill of being an accountant or a nurse or whatever professionally. She could have skill in being patient. She could have skill in being disciplined. Good. Being loyal, Salaki. Go ahead.
I was going to use the precept would say, and the apocrypha would say, a mind well instructed.
A mind well instructed, that's good as well, right? She's able to receive instructions. She's clear-minded, right? She ain't celebrating 420 tomorrow, right? Where she full of cloudy. You get it, point? Go ahead.
There's another question online.
Mm-hmm. Right, so just the brother could just just read on, but from that mindset of this is a sister that possesses a lot of skill, a lot of talent, a lot of character, and you really getting like you're really getting like an MVP teammate. Like if you really want to think about it, you're getting somebody who is not a liability to the squad. This is an advantage. This is somebody who, you know, you how you say you get buckets. That's a bucket. And she no, I shouldn't say that. That's not. Well, the comparison. You get the point. But she could walk on the team and help you. She could help you. She could carry. She's able to carry you when you can't carry the team. Like that's something crazy. You know, much people, you know, that's the end of the marriage if you lose the slavery. You lose the slavery, you don't even want to come home. You leaving the house every day to lie to her because you're so scared that she will hurt you. You know, I mean, that's not a life to live. You get the point? So that's it. All right. Hope the brother understand. Go ahead, Ad.
So there's a question online from his name is Dude Trippin'. He says, Shalom,
What?
brothers. I didn't know weed was bad. Can you tell me why?
Well, weed isn't bad, Ak. That's like how people will say, you know, kill all the pigs. The pigs ain't bad. It's what you do with the pig. You get the point? Like weed isn't bad. It's like, you know, the weed ain't evil. You know, you get the point? Just like what? Alcohol isn't evil. You get the point? So some people have a aversion to weapons. So you have a gun or something. Oh my God, the gun is not evil. It's what you do with it that's evil. So when you say, you know, you want to probably rephrase it, it'll help you understand it better. Weed is not bad. Being a drug addict is. You get the point? Being a dope head, a dope fiend is. Right? Go ahead. You got the hand up? Give him a hand. I give me slow clap on that one. I'm gonna raise you one. Sex with a woman. That's excellent. You gotta clear it up for these fools around because you have some old benchers down there in Wonderland in the internet land talking about yes, he's right. He's right. No, nigga, not for you. You get the point? So weed is not bad, brother. Weed is not evil. What you do with it is what, you know, is the evil. Go ahead.
So there's another brother online, Jaheem, says, if a doctor prescribes you marijuana or Percocets, is it still unlawful?
Hell no. It's a prescription. Like doctor could provide you, prescribe you ibuprofen. What's the other strong one? Codeine, Oxycontin, Xanax. They could prescribe you all them things. But of course, if you don't use it right, if you faking the pain so you could get more, you're a drug addict. And which is okay, which is the thing about it. Why is the doctor prescribing you? That's what I want to get to, though. But I want to walk up to that. Why is the doctor prescribing you marijuana? Just explain that to me, right? Why is he? For what? Like what? You know, you can't get some ibuprofen or muscle relaxers. There's other muscle relaxers in them. Like, why is he providing you, you know, with marijuana for your glaucoma? Right? You got glaucoma. Right, for your glaucoma. There's glasses for that shit now, nigga. There's laser therapy, outpatient laser treatment for that shit. So tell me why. Well, what you want to do is, if you have a weed prescription, a marijuana prescription, you want to call the Israelite school at UPK and get counsel to see if you should continue that prescription. That's what you should do, because what you might find is that you're a drug addict. You're a weak drug addict. That's what you are. You can't say no. You don't have a fight in you. And if you have a woman who's a drug addict, brother, that's a community woman. That's, you know, that's our woman, not me though. But then that's their woman too. If she has a prescription, right? That weed is destroying your life. That whole, and okay, it's not just the weed. It's the whole drug addiction thing. It's destroying your life. You have no fight in you. You want to be in a constant state of depression, and you'll never change your life, which is what really needs to happen. You need to be able to change your everyday movements so that you don't feel the, you know, effects of whatever trauma you went through, and that would help you. Not going to get high. You get the point? Anything else, Bukwat? Because somebody had a hand up. You had a hand up?
No, I was gonna say that it was a question and then it was a comment. It was that with these cats that be going to get these prescriptions about marijuana, and anybody I've ever ran into at least, like furthermore, they go there asking for it. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody will advise them, hey, just just go get it.
Yeah, I heard I could use this for that.
Constantly. Like that'd be 9 points. People I've ever heard that say, what if a doctor prescribes it to you? Like 9 out of 10 times that people that got it, it's people that went there and asked for it. It's like going to ask for oxy. You know what I'm saying? Going to ask for a certain drug. You gonna ask the drug. I think I need marijuana. I think I need THC.
Exactly.
I think I need a Xanax for this type of pain. You already go in there with the advised medicine that you think that you need.
Right.
But when they say medically prescribed marijuana, there's a question. The doctor don't tell you to smoke. Like it's not a.
I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell the doctor tells you.
Looks like.
Brother, shit. I know what the old shit used to look like in the foil before you all modernized the shit and put them in the little square. Yeah, that's the original shit, Barack. That little thing that you all used to be getting in the little zip bag. That's brother shit. Listen, I come from the thing where the foil is big and long, and that is full there, and you gotta. Yeah, I mean, get that thing down and get them seeds out and build your own thing. Now they gave you some prescribed, zip shit. should have branding on it. Some old spooky clown face, and this the one. I don't know about that shit there. Y'all can take your chance with that shit if you want. Thank the Lord, I found the truth back then. I don't know how you're putting that shit down now. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
In the court system, everybody works with each other. The lawyer, the judge, everybody. Doctors working with the pharmaceutical companies and all that. That's one big industry.
Well, listen, I'm gonna give you one further. You're working with Satan if you can't give up these drugs, right? You're working against the spirits of the Lord, right? Any more, Bakwash?
Lot, sir.
Okay, no sweat. Anybody else? Question? All right. If not, give me somebody pull up the origin of 420. Right? Any article is fine. They should all tell you the same thing. All right. Also, I need the definition of DUI.
If I could, I have a question about the phone. The Wi-Fi. I don't know why it was initially connected, but it's not connected.
Which phone you using? Bakwash, which phone you normally use?
This one. It's I don't know, for whatever reason it's not connected right now, and so I'm using the hotspot. But
let me see it. You sure it's this one you normally use? Isn't this small iPhone, right?
Well, that was the backup.
Okay, I know I put a password on 2 phones.
This one and that one.
Okay, yeah, just get them 2 phones up then.
oh, good.
All right, go ahead.
I have an article from the News Observer.
Okay.
It says, why does everyone associate 420 with marijuana on April 20th? Here's what we learned. Whether you know a lot about marijuana or very little, chances are you've heard that the number 420 are particularly significant in the weed culture. But what does it mean? And why do weed aficionados hold April 20th and 4:20 p.m. so sacred? According to Time magazine, 420 can be traced back to 1971 when a group of 5 students at San Rafael High School in Marin County, California, began meeting at 4:20 p.m. to smoke weed.
Right. So this is where it started, right? A bunch of bums, future dropouts and just, unathletic. Yeah, I mean, just ridiculous. And they meet by this wall or some bleacher or something to get high. A ton of dude, a ton of man, a ton of bathing, a ton of just antisocial. I want to say antisocial, meaning in the real sense of the word. Like you're anti-society to the point. That's where it started from. Like your 420 started at a time when, for us, we were still getting just after civil rights. That civil rights movement you're talking about, what, 1971? right? This is just after when it just starting to pass and black people starting to so-called get integrated, you know, officially or politically. And this is a time where the oppressor, he's enjoying his life. This is also the time of what? Woodstock and, you know, the cocaine era starting and the hippies and all that type of shit. And now today, you who's supposed to be separate from this place, you celebrating that whole 420 culture that started with some old high school students with some wall somewhere. Did it tell you about the wall part? Take it down today. They call them the Waldos, right? Right. You know why they call them Waldos? Because they used to lean on a wall to get high. So they call them Waldo. What the fuck is that shit at? And you know, all tomorrow, brother, I remember when that thing first get popular in DC. Brother, you could be in the car and you get in contact from other cars. Don't be at a traffic light tomorrow morning, you know, with this 420, brother. You're going to be smoking the same thing nigga in the car next to you smoking. Because the car is going to be fully chiefed out. Go ahead.
So that brings new thought to where's Waldo? Why they looking for him? You know?
Waldo High somewhere. That's where he at. Right? Any more on it out?
Concert.
Go ahead.
Says the actual number 420 don't have much symbolic significance. Time reported in 2016. Instead, the students, and they named them Steve Capper, Dave Reddick, Jeffrey Noel, Larry Schwartz, and Mark Ravitch.
Yeah, that ain't sound like no nigga nowhere in sight.
Chose to get together at 4:20 p.m. because by that time, extracurricular activities were usually over. High schools engaged in an activity that was strictly illegal at the time started to use 420 as a code for marijuana. Time reported. Years later, one member of the group Reddicks got a gig working as a roadie for Grateful Dead bassist Phil Lesh. By 1990, a group of Grateful Dead fans was spreading the word of the ritual by distributing flyers, according to Time. Invited people to smoke 420 on 420 at 420.
It's stupid. That's like, imagine 9/11 is 9/11, and around 9/11 is something, and 9/11 is just extra nonsense because you just don't want to change who you are. Right? You have some sort of trauma, some sort of thing that you live with that bothers you. And instead of fighting it or becoming somebody new, you basically try to make yourself forget it through self-medicating. Right? That's where the whole, you know, weed thing starts, right? You get introduced to it by some friends who have just horrible parents, or maybe parents yourself, brothers and sisters, whoever it is, you get introduced to it first. Experimenting, right? You experimenting with them cigarettes first. Then you start experimenting with that marijuana. So that's the cheapest and most accessible thing you could get. At least it was. Now everybody getting, you know, their hands on these pills, which is just absolutely deadly. And that's really what that demon wants from you with smoking, right? Which is what the issue here is. So what the brother asked earlier, he didn't know weed was bad. Weed is not bad. It's a plant. It's like a plant like any other plant. What you do with it is what makes it evil or makes you evil. You get the point? Go ahead.
So, same guy, Dude Trippin says, these raisins MF so thick, I smoke to alleviate the pain. I can't do that no more.
The pain of what, nigga? The pain of what? The pain of what? Let's start there. You smoke to alleviate the pain. Pain from what? All right. Or what kind of pain you're in. Right. What he said he's racist, what?
He's racist.
Oh, you talking about me?
No, I don't know. Slag, sir.
So what the fuck you talking about? I think he talking about me. I'm offended. I'm absolutely offended. Salaki, go ahead.
Because while you know, while he or she is responding, like when somebody say like there be many answers when you ask somebody why they getting high, right?
Mm-hmm.
When somebody say it help me sleep, or it help you eat, it's like, okay, if knowing that there's other things that can help you sleep, what's the spur behind deciding to stick with weed? Like, when it comes to a lot of
okay, give me something else that could help you sleep.
there's sleep medication. I don't know the names of these things, but there's literally, you can go to CVS or something and get it literally says help you sleep. But it's like it's medicine for sleeping.
Okay.
It's medicine for eating. It's medicine for.
That's true. Okay. The over the counter stuff is really not a good argument for them, because they'll say it's not strong enough.
But majority of them, and I can say that I would say from experience, like in the sense of confession of for the soul. But if
Somebody hold Proverbs 16:27, starting with that, all right? Go ahead though.
In a full honest thing, like of course I can't speak for because I've never done a statistic, but just think about the obvious and just knowing like Jake in the world, I ain't never known nobody that actually tried sleeping medication, but would say that it helps me sleep, or tried different things that didn't help them eat. Like 9 out of 10 times, and in this generation and probably before, whatever drug was the main drug to go to, like that was your first advisement before actually going to get some long worded scientific drug that from a doctor that's prescribed to you to help you with your condition. It's like that's the main thing that damn near you go through a death. The first thing that a friend tells you you want to smoke. That's the first thing they tell you.
Okay, well then that ain't having to do with sleep. That particular part there is more so what I was talking about before. You get introduced to it by some friend or family member, and you experimenting with it because people in our circles don't die every day. You go to a funeral now, next funeral might be 4 or 5 years. So now, how would you know what will help you, stop the grief or get over the grief? Here, try this. They're trying it, they're experimenting. So with that part is the experimental stage, right? Right. So now, for people like who say they needed to stop the pain. Now we have to find out what is the pain. You needed to help you sleep. Really, you should find out why you can't sleep, right? Maybe you just wicked as shit, and your conscience ain't gonna let you rest, or you might have other things. Or maybe you could try something else to help you sleep.
Even like the pain thing, like I was saying multiple things, like sleep, eating. Another one you just named, pain. Like there's many pain medicine out there. Like you go get some doctor prescribed ibuprofen. It's different from over the counter. It's extremely stronger.
Right.
But if we talking about physical pain, like not dealing with something mental that's putting weight on your shoulders, but more so physical pain. You got a sprain. You got whatever going on. A lot of people, regardless of your age group, or I can say regardless of age group, but a lot of people will go to, the weed thing for physical pain when there's other pain. I mean, pain medication.
There's other medications. That's the thing. Okay, that's what I'm saying. There's other things you could take that would help you with whatever you're going through.
Right.
But the root is to find out why you need to do whatever you need to do. All right, go ahead.
I was gonna say, most people that I've talked to, women or men, they always going through something like an argument with their parents, an argument with their family, an argument with their friends, and somebody put them to this and that and this. And most people I go talk to would be stress. So that's it. And they always say they always vent, and they say, "See, this is why I smoke. This is why I need to smoke." After they vent.
I know. I get the point. And they try they do it with so much zest and emotion. It make you feel like they're really going through something. And really, you're weak. You're absolutely weak, and it's a result of society. Society today is extremely weak, right? It's getting weaker and weaker as the generations go on, as the years go on. The things you're able to, endure, people is just not enduring it anymore. They're choosing not to. When to live life, you are going to have to literally choose to suffer, to choose the hard road, to choose that route versus the other route. And that's what it really comes down to with people who are drug addicts, right? People who are absolute drug addicts. So now this person here who say about, well, they can't smoke no more because they need to sleep. Again, you could boil the thing and drink it. You could get those what you call that thing? The dispensary where they give you the edibles, right? That's prescription stuff though. I'm not advising nobody to do it, but I'm showing you there's alternatives to the smoking, right? But you don't want the alternatives because you're just a little bit too weak. And really, you know, the alternatives is going to be treated as a medication, which means after a certain time, you got to stop because it's a treatment. It's not meant to sustain you like water. You get the point? It's a treatment and it has to stop, but you don't want anything where you have to stop because you stopped. You yourself, you stopped. Wherever you at in life that you have to get high all the time, you have stopped. You're not fighting anymore. And because you stopped, this is where you're stuck, right here. And you just want to continue with that thing. You get the point? There's other things that help you to sleep. You just, you don't want to fight anymore. Go ahead.
You just said it was heavy because, like, as far as like the ending trial of your medicine, some people got diabetes, take some medicine or different kind of medicine, but other times they can get, some people beat what they have, like they might beat cancer or get better with, so they don't have to take medicine at all, or their medicine dosage really decrease because they continue to fight. How you saying? You try to fight cancer, fight whatever illness they have, and they have some people have been victorious at it.
Exactly. You're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to work, and the society we live in, it doesn't promote or encourage you to again go through the process of something. There's a process to everything. There's a process to success. There's a process to the NBA. There's a process to graduating school. There's a process, but we don't like the process anymore. You get the point? You don't want the process anymore. You don't want to do the work. Really, that's what it is. You don't want to put in the work to get to this point. It's much easier to get high. It's a lot much easier to get high. That's really what it boiled down to. You get me? Come on, last one, get the scripture.
Come, sir, if I could, just like a personal experience, like.
Is that fool respond?
He responded, but he didn't answer the question, sir.
Okay.
And he also said he wasn't talking about you, talking about white people.
Good.
Nah, I was gonna say first.
You think I'm stupid too? You can. All right. Go ahead.
Now, first I was gonna say the words of the measure YAHANNA, like when it comes to getting older, was that you know what I'm saying, used to partake in these type of things, getting us off of that and really seeing it, like just giving us with the spur. Because I can remember right before I came into the school, like when I was forced to stop getting high and doing all that, I went through. A lot of people don't think you can go through weed withdrawals, and I went through all types of withdrawals. I was skinny to the bone.
I think everybody was skinny as a bone. I don't think that ain't got. I think that's just no. I think that's just the truth. You look at old pictures of brothers and compared to that, but you hit 2 Passovers, brother. You go, you move up to belt weights right now. You're a heavyweight. Go ahead.
I would say like the weed withdrawals, like it was like a thing where when I was forced to stop. It was the worst thing. It was the worst thing in the world at that time. Like the smell of food would make me throw up. Like I didn't eat for like a month. Like when I say eat, like an actual meal, whatever it was, even my favorite things or fruit, or even just a peanut butter jelly, I couldn't eat. I lost my eyebrows. I lost. That could
be that. That could be that new thing that y'all be.
Yes, sir, I'm
trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That new thing is doing your. Because I never heard of weed withdrawals. Usually, what you have is withdrawals from the comfort that the weed gives you, right? But that new shit, new shit niggas doing, whatever chemicals they're putting in that, you are now having actual symptoms like you was a heroin addict, where your body is physically responding to not having the the drug in your system. But before, withdrawals from the shit, you really just it's like a woman leaving you. You're gonna be you're going through the phase where you're watching the phone for the text, and the text ain't coming. It's like you in a zone where you can't get that comfort from it. You get the point? But what you describing there, that's that's some strong, that's some Ray Charles reactions right there.
I was doing everything I could. At that time, I was doing everything I could to figure out my way back to it. I was doing everything I could, and I think like 8 months later, I would, continued on. And when I finally ran into how I, found out about the truth, I never forget. I was sitting there on top of this hill. A high hill? And it was a steep high hill. And I was sitting there, and I was about to put on my first class. I think it was like I can't speak with German Heimat, it was yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy because all of us can relate that it'd be so weird that when you go to class, it just so happened that the topic is being talked about. You feel like they talking directly to you. And I was about to not my last. I was in my mind. I was like, "This is gonna be my last goddamn blunt, my last J." And then I was going to do the whole thing. And then as soon as the class, I think it was the first thing, like the very first, like 2 minutes ain't even started the video, and it started blazing on people that getting hot. And I like a drug addict. I looked at the butt, and I was like, man.
They didn't know what they're talking about.
I talked to it. I was like, this is the last time. I threw it out the window.
That's when you know it's serious.
You
have a relationship with that motherfucker. Yeah, tell him you gotta go.
I said, the last time. I said, we've done that. Yep. Like you said, like you looking like a female. I was like,
it provides you a certain amount of sweetness. It's comfort, right? That's what it does. It takes the edge off when, okay, you that's what life is. That's how you know you're alive. Stress is part of life. Right. And going through the stresses is part of life. And anything that takes away that, no, there's a stress that's not normal. You get the point? There's a stress that's not natural. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the everyday parts of life. Waking up in the morning, brushing your teeth, jumping in the shower, driving to a slave or to school or to drop kids off, going to the grocery store, shopping, buying food, cooking. Now, all those things I just described, there are people who after each one have to smoke. You get the point? That's not normal. You get the point? That's not normal. Now, to the guy who can't sleep, were you on the front line in the Gulf War and, had bullets flying at you and saw people lose their legs, and you get the point, and had a concussion for months because your tank hit an IED and you got blown up in there and all the echoing in there just messed you up. Now, I'm not saying that's a good reason, but now I'm willing to listen. Was you in something just so ridiculous where you absolutely can't survive normal, where there's abnormal stress? You get the point?